I'm Trizah, psychologist at Allsmiles Therapy Center. Recently, I went out about my own brother, going through addiction. I'm glad today is about 20-something days in a rehabilitation center, and so far so good. So we're still talking about addiction. And now, what are the red flag signs of addiction? So let's start with inability to stop. Most cases, number one is inability to stop. So most cases, these people, they just want to keep on drinking, to keep on taking alcohol, to keep on taking substance all through. They're not able to stop. It's uncontrollable feeling that, it's a feel that you just can't stop. You would want to, but you just can't stop whatever substance that you are abusing. Number two is problems with family and authority. Here, family is where maybe you are stealing from them, you are lying to them, you're just conning them because you still want to sustain your substance use behavior by keeping on taking more and more, so you'll keep on lying to them. Also, problem with authority is where you will end up even stealing from other people, lying other people, and definitely they're going to report you to authority, where you are also taking some of this substance. We know very well not all the substance. We only have in Kenya alcohol and cigarettes as legal substance. All the other substance, they are still illegal. So you taking the substance, you can end up dealing with authority because they are not authorized. They are illegal substance. So again, with the family, you get to a point where they feel like you are despair, you are an embarrassment, you are shame, you are just not someone who they would call upon, or someone they would be happy associated with as a family. We have unpremeditated use. This is where you've just said this is what you want to do. Today you're not going to abuse any substance. Today you're just going to be okay. You're going to take shower, you're going to work, and just all of a sudden you've not premeditated about using substance, but all of a sudden you find yourself now you're there and against abusing substance. We have money problems. Definitely, for you to sustain your addiction, or to sustain the habit of addiction, you need money to keep on purchasing whatever substance you're abusing, and this can lead you to money issues. Money issues starts with your own being not able to financially manage your finances. You keep on borrowing people money that you never refund back. So when you have someone who keep on borrowing money from you, get to know there could be an issue. They can borrow the first time, it's okay. They can give you a reason, but get to know they're very manipulative, and they will always come up with reasons as to why they need money. Give me some money, I'm going for interview, I need to buy some medication, we do not have food in the house. They'll always have a reason as to why they need money from you. Please ensure you are not an enabler by keeping on giving and giving money, endless money, not knowing that you're already sponsoring their substance take bad behavior. We have chronic lies to cover up issues. I've already talked about the lies. Most of the time you find that a sign with almost all, let me say 99.99% of addicts, is that they lie so much. They must keep on lying to cover up. First, they not come to work, and they'll tell you the reason why they didn't come to work is because they traveled, they were unwell. They'll keep on going to hospital after hospital for sick sheet. They'll lie to you just first to get money from you, to get a favor from you, or to get away with the substance use behavior. Maybe because they were not able to even attend a family event, they'll come up with all the reasons. I was denied maybe some days off, and that's why this didn't happen. So if you have a loved one who is so much into lying, remember we are saying they lie to manipulate. And get to know, when you're talking about symptoms, please, these are not things they've just started. They're just the symptom to ensure that they continue, they're able to sustain the intake behavior of the substance that they are using. We also have drifting to low-class drinking friends. Drifting to low-class drinking friends, or not just drinking, even the substance abuse, the company that they are with. So you will find that in most cases, people will start as casual, we are just doing this, we are casual drinkers. If it's cigarette, it's a puff and that's it. But as time goes by and you find yourself being an addict, you want more and more that you can't buy, that you can't sustain. What that does is you are now left in a position where You'll have to go to DJ places, like to go to more slums or in a ghetto area where you'll also find other people there. There is comfort in familiarity. So in this case, because definitely withdrawal and avoidance is part of the symptoms for addiction, you find that you no longer want to associate with people who know you as this person. You no longer want to be known like you are still the same person. So what this does is you now start relating with other people, low-class people. Of course, blackouts and memory problems. With this, we've said time and again, when you take substance, you know what happens. So at time you can even forget where you are, what you are supposed to do. You just black out, you're not there. Violence is still part of the symptom, where you will have, you can be emotionally violent, physically violent, just because you want to sustain, just because you want to get away with your habit. Health and physical issues. Most of the time with the addict, you find someone who was okay, very healthy, they've started losing weight. So if you have a loved one, get to know, are they okay? Are they losing weight? Are they still the same people? Are they losing weight unintentionally? Like, are they doing something? If they're not doing something towards losing weight, get to know there is a problem. The person is already an addict. The person, we can say that the person is just taking alcohol just for fun. The person is already an addict. Get to know what exactly is happening. We have withdrawals, where instances where they do not want to be near people that know them, instances where they run away, they do not show up for family events. And a good question, we are coming from Christmas holidays and New Year holidays and all that. Do we have some family members that didn't show up and we do not know where they were? They just say, they gave excuses. We were busy at work, we are not closing at work, I'm on shift and all that. Those are the signs of withdrawals. When you call this person, can we meet up? They do not want to come. They do not want to meet up with you. Why? Because number one, they're very ashamed of how they look. They have a notion of how you know them as, and because they know this has gone so overboard and this is no longer the same person, they won't come to meet you. They'll just run away and give all the excuses. We have inability to work. Inability to work comes with being dysfunction. Dysfunctionality is not being able to attend to the day-to-day duties just because of the substance, either because you blacked out or memory loss, you are not even able to remember, you can't attend to the same duties, you can't even relate well with people at home. We have social or moral decay. People who abuse substance, they are well known of insults. They will call you all the names in the world. They will say bad things about you, and just with all this, they want to get back to you. They are doing this as a defense mechanism. They're just not there. They'll have the obscene talk. They just want to make you feel bad. They want to walk you a victim trip. They just want to, to just take away your day, take away, to draw energy from you. We also have, of course, the mental illness as part of it because of a lot of things, and these are the red flags. So this person may look very depressed, anxious, like they're just worried about things. You do not know what they are worried about. They're very depressed, they are very lonely, they do not want to meet people, they're very irritable, very angry when they just open their mouth to talk, and they have a lot of things to talk. You can see even some, the veins you'll be able to see, and like they're just not in their stable emotional state. At the same time, and when we talk about them being depressed, also the hygiene is normally taken away from them. And get to know this, when you talk about the mental health issues, this goes to depression. One of the signs for depression is the hygiene. It just starts with very small things. Starts with like even wiping your mouth after eating. This is someone you find they have things left. Your face in the morning, brushing your teeth. It starts with things that, well, they know, but they are not noticeable until maybe you are near to this person. You get to feel there is a bad smell. They go to a level where now they can no longer take shower. They're dirty. They can't even check their clothes. You look at them and you wonder, wow. The picture we have of street people, the same applies to addicts. But this, let me say, this is brought by depression. So addiction leads to depression. And when you're depressed, definitely no hygiene. And by hygiene is both physical and internal, including even the nutrition hygiene. They can eat anything. They no longer care. They don't wash their hands. So, and you know how this happens? it brings along other illnesses. So you will have what we term as the mental illness being the addiction, psychosomatic being the medical illnesses as a result of addiction, as well as other illnesses because of how you are exposed. You're exposed to bad, poor eating habits, you're exposed to unhygiene habits. So anything, including tetanus, given where maybe they go sleep, some they're just homeless, you are there and you're homeless. So what we are saying is that addiction is a mental health disease. Addiction is a disease. Let's not normalize talking of addiction. Like, yes, we have the reasons as to why they got into addiction, their first inception, how they started abusing the substance and drugs. But again, even as we focus on that, let's also not forget that addiction is a disease. And just to relate it so well, at one point in our lives, we've taken sugar, but that does not mean that we all suffer from diabetes. And by the way, no any bad intentions with people. We are very sorry. We know it's a condition that is very well manageable. That is, diabetes is a condition. The same applies. You can have two different people abusing substance. In this case, I'm referring to the legal substance, like the cigarette and the alcohol, the same amount, same time, same place, but one ends up being an addict and the other will not ever land into addiction. Why? Of course, we have different reasons. We'll be discussing more about it. We have the genetic predisposition, we have the lifestyle, we have a lot of many other things that can cause. But bottom line, what we are saying is addiction is a disease. And I have just shared some of the red flag signs to look after when we are struggling. It could be ourselves, it could be our loved ones. Addiction is a disease. We shall be bringing more about these talks. And just in case you have your loved one who would like to talk to us about addiction, we are more than, it could be they are addicts in recovery, or they've already recovered from addiction, or they're already into addiction. We would like to hear about them. But before then, get to know, the most important thing is that addiction is a disease that can lead to death. And at the same time, there is help, there is hope, there is help, there is cure. Addiction, you can get help. So the realization, be inspired by realization that addiction can be healed and people can still live a normal life with, of course, pros and cons. So thank you so much. Let's continue engaging with addiction talks. At Allsmiles Therapy Center and Training Institute, we do addiction counseling. And since we say it talks about addiction, or since I decided to go out about my brother battling addiction, we've had many people coming for addiction counseling. We are referring people to our rehabilitation services. And this is quite commendable. It means that we are no longer now saying addiction ni msimpa wa kujitakia. We've now moved into addiction is a mental health disease, and what these people require is treatment. They need our help and they need our love and our treatment. Thank you so much. My name is Trizah. I'm a psychologist, and see you at Allsmiles Therapy Center and Training Institute. Till next time, see you soon as we talk more about addiction. Bye-bye.